Hey you guys, I'm Stacy and today I have a Sephora haul for you guys. I just had my 2-week checkup earlier this week post gastric sleeve surgery, and so I stopped at Sephora and treated myself to a pretty decent size haul. I'm trying to round off my Makeup by Mario collection and get some more Ilia products because I love both of those lines so much. So I'm going to show you my haul here and just test some of these products and give you my first impressions. And I have a lot of things to chat about today. So this is the makeup that I did with this haul. So if you're interested in all the things that I accumulated that I probably didn't need, and updates on gastric sleeve, on gorgeously aging, on what's just some things that have been going on in my family and in business, keep on watching. So we're going to just dig into this haul and I'll show you what I picked up. Some of it is to round off some of my collections and some of it was just stuff that was intriguing. This one I actually unboxed. This is the Merit eyeshadow, and this is a cream eyeshadow called Vachetta. This is the color. And you guys, I did have to try this and I am so impressed with this product. But we'll test this in a few minutes. I'll show you the color. And I'm not usually a big fan of cream shadows, but this one is beautiful, easy to blend out. It's super simple and looks great on mature skin. So I've been wanting to pick up the Makeup by Mario matte palette, and I have the ethereal palette, which is stunning and really high quality as far as the shadows themselves go. And so I wanted to add the matte palette to my collection. This is the matte neutrals, and I just think they are so beautiful. We have some neutral, warm, and cool shades. So I'm going to be using that here in just a minute. I should pull out the things in the order that I'm going to use them. That would make them a little bit easier, but I'm just kind of grabbing what's at the top of the box. I was really intrigued by this Soft Sculpt Bronzing Serum. I haven't tried this one yet, so I'm going to put some of that on now. I think this has a pump and a wand, if I'm not mistaken. So you can apply it from the wand, or you can pump it. So I'm going to use the pump today and just pump. Gotta prime it here. Just do a couple pumps there. I'll list all these items and the colors I have here in the description box below. All right, I'm going to dab a brush in here. This is pretty. I like the color. I think a sponge would work really well, but it makes really quick work of getting a little glow and a little bronziness. I think this is going to be my go-to for summer. That is really pretty. A little bit goes a long way. The sheen on this isn't overpowering. It's just enough. I don't like the bronzing products or any products really that have like almost a sparkle to them. I just feel like out in natural light on mature skin, it's not very flattering, at least for me. So I'm just going to take what's left and just go around the perimeter. This is super easy to use. Yeah, you definitely don't even need 2 pumps. 1 pump is probably enough. So that will probably last me forever. Ooh, I picked up this Ilia complexion brush. When I saw this in the store, I gravitated toward it because I really like the size of this. I should have used it for that bronzer. Oh well, I'll have something else to try it on. Let me show you this brush. It has such a nice size to it for complexion or for blush or even for getting your contour on. I was just really intrigued by this. So let's try to use that and see how that performs. I got the Makeup by Mario Master Blade Brow Pencil. So I'm trying to make sure that I have a full Makeup by Mario collection, enough to do like a full face look. So one of these days I'll do a full face of Makeup by Mario. Now I thought this was interesting. It has the spoolie, of course, but I like how you use this thing here to push up the brow pencil itself. And I really like the shape of this pencil. So I'm just going to give my brows a little fill in. So just FYI, I started this video today with the Makeup by Mario foundation here, and it's the Surreal Skin foundation, and mine is in the shade 8N. I will list it all below, you guys. Some of these names and stuff I can't see, so afterwards, after the video, I get my reading glasses on or get a magnifying glass and just figure out the names and shades for you and put them in the description. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm about 2.5 weeks post gastric sleeve surgery. I am now down about 27 pounds, just short of 27 pounds, and about 11.5% of my body mass is gone. My blood pressure, I mentioned this in a previous video, is back to normal. It's actually a little low, but historically when I was thin and active, my blood pressure was always on the slightly lower than normal side. And I'm now eating pureed food, so I'm done with the liquid part of the diet. And I'm eating yogurt, Greek yogurt. High protein is what you're shooting for, healthy high protein. So I'm eating Greek yogurt, and I actually made for the family some ground turkey tacos. And then I took some of the ground turkey that had seasoning on it and some refried beans and pureed that. And it was absolutely delicious because I've been on liquid for so long. And so I saved some of the extra, and I've been having that for lunch. And mind you, I'm only having like a quarter to a half a cup. Right now, that stomach pouch is pretty small, but I don't feel deprived. I mean, the amount of food that I'm consuming is enough to keep my stomach full. And I would say some of my energy is starting to return, and that will improve in the weeks to come. Okay, I'm liking this brow pencil. I like the texture of it, that it's not overly creamy, but it's not hard to apply. It applied really nicely, and it has a soft look to it. Some of these really super soft eye pencils, I feel like they don't stay on very well. So this has a nice texture, not too soft, but very easy to put on. This is the Makeup by Mario concealer, you guys. I've been wanting to try this for so long, and beautifully packaged. I like the simplicity of the Makeup by Mario packaging. So I'm just gonna put some here and here because that is an area that gets a little dark on me. And then of course, under the eyes. I'm gonna try this little complexion brush because I think this might work nice for concealer too. The bristles are soft. Again, this one's by Ilia. The bristles are nice and soft. I like to use my finger on the corner of the eye. I just feel like it fits in there nicely. So now that I am eating some soft foods, pureed foods, I'm back to cooking more. The kids and Adam are still cooking some, but I'm not like hiding away in the bedroom or anything like that. I have more energy, so I'm staying up a little bit later. I am a very much early to bed, early to rise person. I actually am sleeping usually by 9 and up by 4 a.m. to start work. I kind of like this brush for right in here too. So far, so good. I'm gonna have to test this one a little bit more, but so far I like it. So speaking of getting up at 4 a.m., one of the interesting things that I find is a few comments or sometimes some nasty emails I get, which I'm totally used to getting them now. It doesn't even really faze me, but I got one last week that I thought was really funny. It said something about like influencers, they do no work but make lots of money, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Like, I'm not saying this to be defensive at all, but I literally wake up at 4 a.m. and oftentimes like I'll take a break to eat something or to watch an hour episode of a show. But I'm literally working from 4 a.m. until I climb into bed usually between 8 and 8:30, which I know it's early, but then I can read or relax or whatever. I do like to go to bed early, and I do like to wake up super early, and I feel like I get so much done in those hours before the sun comes up. Usually for me, it's editing, returning emails, just a lot of that tedious work that's really time consuming. Another comment that I got lately that I thought was like kind of interesting is that people tend to think that I should be at their beck and call, and I take so much pride in answering questions. I've even had somebody reaching out to me recently who has some thyroid issues, and we've been going back and forth because she's kind of scared during this time. And I don't blame her. It's a very scary thing to have thyroid nodules that are possibly cancer. And so I've been making sure to reply to her promptly because I know she's scared. And I take so much pride in replying as soon as I can. But I'm at a point, you know, I have YouTube comments, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, my emails, and it's literally, unless I spent 8 to 10 hours a day replying to everything that comes in, I can't keep up. So I do the best that I can. But if I only replied to comments and emails, I would not be able to create content. And so, you know, I have thought about having someone help me reply, but then it's not coming from me, it's coming from somebody else. And I kind of feel like that's not the right approach either. So if you've messaged me and it's fallen through the cracks, I'm sincerely sorry. I really am doing the best I can. The response may come late, but I usually try to respond to everything. And some things don't come through to me. Somebody was angry about an email that I didn't reply to and said I took her for granted. And I just want to assure you guys that I don't take any of you for granted. In fact, if I have a flaw, it's caring too much about replying to everybody, and you know, some things just slip through the cracks and I don't see them. So if you're one of those people that messaged me and I didn't see it or didn't reply to it, please don't take it personally. I definitely try to reply to every single person. All right, you guys, I got the Ilia Soft Focus Finishing Powder. Now I'm curious about the soft focus on this. I love a powder that takes down some of the shine, makes the makeup last, but also has a slight soft focus effect. I also really love Ilia, so I'm kind of trying to complete that collection. Now, I certainly wouldn't spend this much money on makeup if I didn't do this as my job, but I'm trying to kind of tell you guys what I think is working on mature skin and what's not, so you'll always get my honest opinion. So rather than opening up this whole thing where the powder comes off, I'm going to take a toothpick and just poke into some of these holes, like maybe half of them, so that's not so much powder comes out, because I don't want to have a ton of powder. Yeah, so I poked into like half of the holes there, so I'm just going to go ahead and this is a Sonia Kashuk brush from Target. I like to get my T-zone first. And I'm just gonna, oh, I do like how that looks on the pores over my cheeks. And just very lightly. I don't like an overly powdered look, but I do like to set just a tiny, tiny bit. I'm just gonna take a tiny bit more of that, hardly any, on a sponge. I like using a sponge for under the eye. I just think it gets those creases better, so it hides any of those flaws under the eye. So far, I really like the Makeup by Mario concealer. I was expecting it to be more dry, but it actually has a slight hydrating texture to it. I think it's really smooth under the eyes. All right, I'm not mad at any of these products so far. I'll let you know if I run into anything that's a major dud, but so far, good first impressions. So I wanted to try, I was really curious about the Makeup by Mario powder blush. It's a soft pop powder blush, and this one's in the color Wildberry. I can actually read the back of this one. I always appreciate it when companies print the name when they can. I know some of the packaging is so small they can't, but when they print it so it's easy enough for people who are over 40 can see it. All right, I'm gonna take a fluffy brush here. I don't know how pigmented this is. I've always got to test on the back of my hand so I don't make a mess of my face. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, it's pigmented but not overpowering. It blends out really well. Yeah, I like that. I think this is going to be my summer go-to shade. So far, so good. That's a good one too. Now, I won't be using this today because I already have that Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation, but I did get the Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation, and I'm going to test this in another video. I love the Ilia Skin Tint with SPF. I think it's 40, maybe it's 50. I'm forgetting now. I just did a review on that the other day, comparing it to the Skin Tint by Westman Atelier. But I wanted to try this Ilia product. I think it has a tiny bit more coverage than the Skin Tint, but I'm not sure what it has as far as SPF. So I always like when I can get a little bit of SPF in my foundation. So I'll do a full review so I have all the details in a future video. So before I move on to more from the haul, I do want to go back and use this eyeshadow palette so I can see how that performs. So I'm going to go into this soft pink color here. And just do a light wash, just as a transition. I do like the formula of Makeup by Mario. I don't think it's quite as good as the Patrick Ta palettes. It's pretty close. I think Patrick Ta palettes are a little richer as far as pigmentation, but these blend out beautifully and they're not overly pigmented, where sometimes when a palette's overly pigmented, you gotta blend and blend and blend until your wrist is aching. I'm gonna go up to that one right there. This is just such a pretty color. Just deepen this up. I don't wanna go overboard with the eye makeup today. So I'm settling into this new office space, and I'm kind of at the end of the office space right now. It's not huge, it's long and skinny, and the desk is set up here at the end. I have some of my jewelry business stuff in here, which is Bella Nicole Jewelry. That's listed in the description box below if you guys want to check it out. But as we get more inventory, we're organizing it here in the studio space, and my husband's been building some shelves. So we've got quite a bit of inventory in here already, but we've got a lot more coming. And so today he is building and sanding some more shelves for me. And at the far end, there's a chair and end table and just an area where I can film down there if I want a change of pace, if I want something different, which I think I'm going to use here soon. I still haven't completely settled in. You know, it's functional. I can work here. It's somewhat organized, but we've got a lot more to do. And then I'm going to take this one. So I want here, here, and here. And I have a little bit tapered brush. This again is from Sonia Kashuk. I actually think the Sonia Kashuk, when you get those sets from Target, if it's still available, I'll list the set I bought down below, because for the price point, she makes really good brushes. And I'm looking like I need to do some tweezing here. Since I've been healing from my surgery, I haven't been doing as well with keeping up on my stray eyebrow hairs. In the grand scheme of things, that doesn't seem like it's all that important. I'm finding myself getting a little bit bored. You know, I'm always kind of like go, 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 work, work, work. And I still am working a lot, a little bit less than I was pre-surgery, kind of easing back into that really long day and hectic pace. I find myself kind of bored, not working as much, which I know sounds crazy, but and I wouldn't say I'm a workaholic, but I find downtime, unless I'm really into a show or really into a book, I find downtime kind of difficult. I usually take like 30 minutes every morning before I even get started working, just cleaning up around the house and the kitchen if there's anything left over. But I will say Adam and the kids are pretty good about cleaning up after themselves. So there's always just a few things to do in the morning. So I do that quick before I hop on my computer. But when I don't have something to do, I go a little stir crazy. And it reminds me of being a kid, because I remember always saying to my mom, like, I'm so bored, I'm so bored. So I was in sports constantly, which helped with the boredom, but I do get bored really easy. So I'm gonna go into those shades I used and just put at least these last two, this one, and just put a little bit under my lower lash line. I'm gonna use the side of a flat brush. One thing I'll say about the Makeup by Mario palettes is there's not a lot of fallout. So you don't get that like spray of powder. You don't have to worry too much about like excessively tapping it off. It's just really nice. I'm gonna hit it with that little bit darker color on the outer corner. And if I wanted a heavier look, I'd take a little bit of either this brown or this black, probably the brown with this Color Story, and just do a little bit more lining here and probably on the upper lash line, but I want to keep this soft. I do want a tight line. Even when I do a soft look, I feel like tight lining makes all the difference. So this is the Tartelette Double Take eyeliner. It's got the liquid and the regular pencil. And I'm just going to tight line ever so slightly. These are my lashes, the Gorgeously You Luxe lashes, and they're listed in the description. Then I picked up the Ilia Ultimate Lash Mascara. So I'm going to use this on my lower lashes, maybe just a little bit of my lash extensions. This has the kind of wand I absolutely love for elongating but separating. So I'm just going to hit these lash extensions. This I'm going to have to put to the test when I'm not wearing lashes, but I will keep you posted for sure. Too early to say on this one, but I'll let you guys know. I also got the Ilia Micro Tip Brow Pencil. Let me just show you why I got this, because, well, it has a tiny little spoolie, which I love. It has just the nicest, tiniest tip. So if you're one that likes to fill in spots that have gaps, it has that nice, precise tip on the end, which I like. So I'll try this sometime on its own. Right now I'm just going over that Makeup by Mario brow pencil so you can't really see it as well. This is a soft brown color, but sometime I'll do it on its own so you can see. But here is the color I got, something softer for when I really go for a really less makeup look. Some days I just like a little bit of stuff on my brows to define my brows a little bit, some lip balm, and that's about it. Only a couple things left, you guys, but I'm excited to try this on camera. This is the Lip Sketch Hydrating Crayon by Ilia. It's in the color, let's see if I can read it, Banquette. And I love that it's like a chubby crayon. You guys know I'm into neutrals, but I will do some more pinks and spring type lips here soon. I'm kind of a neutral all year round person. It's nice and creamy. It goes on easy and you can just wear it like this with nothing else on it. Top it with a little gloss. This is really comfortable, and I think these chubby sticks are so convenient. Have one in your purse and you can almost do it without looking in a mirror. This one I definitely like. It goes on super easy and feels nice on the lips. But I did pick up a Makeup by Mario lip product, the Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum in the color Blush Glow. When I tried this in Sephora, I really like how it felt on the lips. So I'm just gonna pick this up here, and I'm actually gonna take it with my finger. I just don't want too much. Yeah, this is really nice. I like it. Let me show you just swatched. It's very sheer. You can see that here. So it's something you could just put on easily if you don't like a defined lip, but you want some moisture and glow. That's super pretty, and I think the color is universally flattering. I just let my hair air dry, you guys, and so this is kind of like my natural frizzy wave. I don't wear it natural very often, and if I do, I usually put some kind of gel so it's not so frizzy. Today was just one of those days where I wasn't on top of my hair game. But I don't let people see my natural kind of frizzy, natural wave, beachy wave. I don't know what you would call it. It's not very consistent. Last but not least, I have never owned an Ilia eyeshadow palette, and I just thought this one was such a nice size and such a nice color story. So I love these warm colors. I gravitate towards warm colors, but I have been using a lot more neutrals and even cools. So I'll be doing a combination of different eye looks coming up. And for those of you who love my skincare content, don't worry, I'm still going to be doing a lot of that. Devices, skincare reviews, skincare tips, morning routine, nighttime routine. All of that is still going to be on my channel. And you can find more at rumble.com. Just search Gorgeously Aging and you'll find me there for more advanced facial rejuvenation. All right, you guys, this has been my chatty haul. What do you think of the things I purchased? Do you have any of these items, and what are your thoughts on them? Share in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and I know other people appreciate hearing too. I'll definitely do an update as I use these things more often, and I want to show you guys at some point this Merit Cream eyeshadow because it's so pretty. Let me just show you on a eyeshadow brush here. So you can do it with your finger, of course, and I'm hoping you can see this, but it is so easy to work with. I love it. I love it if I'm just going to do a one and done color, and this kind of rounds off my Merit collection. I really think they did an excellent job with this. So if you're in need of something that's super simple and easy and flattering on mature eyes, give this one a try. Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. I love and appreciate you all, and I will see you in my next video.